Hi, my name is Rome Carpio, and I'm going to talk to you about my negative experience with Revolut. So, if you're watching this video to check some reviews regarding Revolut, this is not a review. This is a recommendation that you should not download this app. And if you have this app, you should move all your money, if you have any balance on Revolut, back to your bank account and delete this app. If you're trying to send or receive money using Revolut, stop it. Don't share your QR code or the link. Just pay in cash or move the money using a bank transfer or another way of payment. Though I would recommend a bank transfer because it's much more easier. With Revolut, they said like it will only take like a minute to receive the money. I had been waiting for more than 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and waiting forever, and the money have not yet arrived. Even though I asked if the sender if the money has been sent, they showed me some screenshots that money has been debited from their bank account. So technically, the money is the problem is on Revolut side. Probably the money is floating on cyberspace, and Revolut just doesn't want to accept that they had some system problems. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but here's a fact because here's my story. I'm gonna tell to you my story regarding my negative experience with Revolut app. So my negative experience with Revolut app started on June 10, 2024 around 14:50 p.m. So this is facts. I asked my client, he's an Australian, to pay me 1,000 crowns. That's around $100. So he did send me the payment of 150 US dollars, and he showed it to me on his account that has been debited. So while he was making the payment, I was also there because I asked him to make the payment using a QR code. So I showed him a QR code that was generated by Revolut. And this QR code, when you scan it, it goes to the Revolut payment payment link or payment site. So you can enter your credit card number, your name, address, and all those informations that you need to enter in order to create a payment. However, after the client had made a payment, it haven't arrived on my balance on my Revolut account. So I was a little bit worried because this has never happened before. And but I told him like maybe the system is down, maybe Revolut system is down, so I'll wait for a little while. And I was waiting there for like 10 minutes, and then I said to him like, "Hey, listen, I have other things to do, so let's just update this a little later, maybe in an hour." So I was hoping that it will update, but when I check my Revolut balance, it's still zero. So I contacted the client and asked him about this, and he told me that he had been his account has been debited, and showed me a photo of of the debit. It says there like 150 Australian dollars has been debited from his account and currently pending under Revolut. So I was thinking, okay, so it must be a problem with Revolut. So I'll just wait. And after 24 hours of waiting, I haven't received anything. My balance didn't update at all. So I contacted the customer service. And there was this customer service, and he told me like, hey, there's no problem, don't worry. Your money will be you will get your money on the 18th. It just takes like 7 business days, and your money will be there. And I was like already thinking like 7 business days, that is very long because if I use a bank, it will take 3 business days. But I don't know why it becomes like this. But anyways, it's fine. I'll just wait for 7 business days, and that's he said to me on the chat that it's on the 18th. We recognize that there's a transfer, and the transfer is on process, so you'll get it on the 18th. So I was just very confident that the money will arrive on the 18th. 2 days after, I have another client, and then I asked him to make a payment also using Revolut, and this payment also did not push through. So I was already afraid that what's happening here, what's happening with Revolut, like payments are not coming. So I told myself I'm not gonna use Revolut at all. So I'm gonna use other forms of payment. This is not a paid advertising. I'm not going to tell which other mode of payment I have used. This is just content to tell you guys to stay away from Revolut at all costs. So um, what happened here is that this other client of mine is both a client and a friend. So after he made the payment, same thing happened. The payment did not reflect on my balance, and I was thinking like, okay, maybe they have a problem again. So I'll check a little later. And I told him like, can you check your bank if you've been debited? And then he said like, yeah, I can see it on my screen that has been debited. So okay, so I just wait. So I've been waiting for like a week already, and these payments have not arrived. So I contacted the customer service, and thanks God I was able to talk to a real person, because most of the time they're just AI, and they're just giving you information and knowledge-based information, so you can just go round and round of never-ending um, information that's being put to you that is very irrelevant to the subject matter at all. When I said about a client had transferred the money to me, some people think that I transferred money from my bank. So this the AI cannot figure it out, and even the real people sometimes they cannot figure it out, because I've been talking to more than like 8 people, and sometimes I have to repeat again and again, and some people understand that it has been a problem of a person transferring money to me and not me transferring money from my bank. So that's the problem. So now that I am on here on YouTube and I'm going to share this to you, Revolut, that you understand that the problem is not me transferring money from my bank, it's me receiving money from people, from clients. And this money, I have used QR code, my QR code that was being generated by Revolut for them to send money. And the second client that I had, they had used Revolut before and it worked, but now it's not working. It doesn't work at all. So I don't know where is the money, like what happened to it. So I'm gonna send you a photo of the transaction. I'm gonna put it on the video that the money has been debited. I'm not here to, I'm here like taking a video and wasting my time instead of doing something else. Um, but I wanted to save other people from getting sucked to this problem. So I'm recommending that they should not use Revolut at all, because currently the system, as of now, has a lot of problems. I have done I asked I asked a friend to send money through me through Revolut, and this person has a Revolut account. So I asked him like, can you send me €1, and it worked. €1 came to me, and then I was thinking like, if you have a person who has a Revolut, it's probably gonna work. But if you have another person who have no Revolut and going to pay with the payment systems, your money will be lost in cyberspace. And I if one part is working, another part is working, I don't know if I'm going to trust this system, because it seems like they are actually not able to configure out how things work. Um, so anyway, this video is just all about some information about my negative experience with Revolut, and why I don't recommend Revolut to people. And yeah, so this is an ongoing problem. I haven't received my money yet. It's 4 more days. Today's the July 4th, so 6 more days to go, and this ongoing saga is already a month, and I have not received money from Revolut. So all in all, I do not trust Revolut. Thumbs down to Revolut. The good thing about this one is that the money that has been lost is only like $300 in total. But what if it's like 1,000 or 10,000 or more than that? See, you can see the problem. So yeah. So don't use this app. Delete this app, and I don't recommend Revolut. I could have said